What's up, peeps? Aleks Mickelland here with the 17th and final edition of my Euro 2012 previews. This is where, from the 8 teams that I've selected to advance to the quarterfinals, take my own guess as to who will end up being crowned champions of Europe. So without further ado, let's get this show on the road. To start it off, I'll give you a recap of who I had emerging from each group. In Group A, I had Russia first and the Czech Republic second. Moving on to Group B, I had Germany first and Holland second. Next, in Group C, I had Spain first and Italy second. And finally, in Group D, I had France first and England second. Here's how the knockout round would look given my selections. As you can see, the matchups are Russia versus Holland, Spain versus England, Germany versus the Czech Republic, and France versus Italy. Here's how I've got each match playing out. Holland should get the better of Russia this time around, as they've become a more stable team at the back, which cost them 4 years ago at Euro 8. Their attack has become markedly better as well, and more refined. Couple that with Russia's inconsistency, and I see Holland getting the win here by at least a 2-goal margin. England beat Spain in a friendly just a few months ago. And while that was an impressive win with the Three Lions playing at their best, I just can't see Spain making the same mistakes that they did last time. This is a team that knows how to get the results on the big stage, and I've got Spain moving to the semi-finals in what will be a very tightly contested affair. After emerging from the group of death in great form, Germany should be at or near the top of its game once they meet up with the Czech Republic. While the Czechs are solid defensively and difficult to break down, there's just far too much offensive quality and panache on the German side for them to contain all at once. I've got Germany to win by at least 2 goals in this one. And finally, we have France and Italy. 2 teams emerging from what could be considered a rough spell the past few years, aiming to rebuild their sides with young talent and new resolve. Both teams are quite good defensively, and this will be a battle from start to finish. But because France does have an on-form, world-class striker among their ranks at the moment, I give them the edge in this matchup. France will emerge from the showdown, likely in extra time. This brings us to the semi-finals, where we've got 4 teams who definitely deserve to be here. All have won the European Championship in the past, so there is guaranteed to be some pedigree and motive to increase their continental tally. Based on my quarterfinal results, my semifinal matches would be Holland versus Spain and Germany versus France. Both are sure to be classic encounters, should they come to fruition. Anywho, let me tell you how I think each of these will go. First is up with a rematch of the 2010 World Cup final, where Holland will definitely be out for revenge after being denied once again by the defending Euro and World Cup holders Spain. Expect a similar game to the encounter 2 years ago. Lots of physical play by the Dutch, lots of ball movement by the Spaniards, with few breaks in at goal in between. The talent on both sides is outstanding, and should make for a lot of interesting strategies and individual brilliance on the pitch. In the end, though, I think the loss of David Villa and Carlos Puyol will just be too much for Spain to ignore this time out, and Holland will bounce Spain out of the semifinals in a very close, drama-filled game to reach the final of Euro 2012. My other semifinal pits Germany against France. 2 very storied European nations with a very lengthy history against each other. Mark this one down as another legendary chapter internationally, as both sides possess a great deal of skill on offense, with competent defenses to withstand some assaults on net. Expect a lot of tactical adjustments throughout the match as well, as the coaches from both sides are both well versed in this type of match, and they'll look to gain advantages throughout. In the end, though, I think Germany has the advantage in experience, talent, and consistency over the French, and despite their best efforts, Die Nationalmannschaft should prove too much to handle right now. I have Germany booking their spot in the Euro 2012 final after a hard-fought victory, with a few more goals than the other semifinal. And now, I've got the two teams that have got squaring off in Kiev for the coveted trophy, Holland and Germany. In what will be their second encounter of the tournament, should this happen, this final pits two of the most offensively gifted teams in the world. Expect anything but a goal-less stalemate if these two meet, as from the first minute, they'll be relentlessly attacking one another from end to end. We got the likes of Sneijder, Muller, Robben, Ozil, Van der Vaart, Getz, Kout, Podolski, Van Persie, and Klose dictating the offensive flow, and the defensive midfield pairs of Schweinsteiger and Khedira versus Van Bommel and de Jong should be an absolute masterpiece. Neuer and Stecklenburg are two of the top goalkeepers around, and will make great saves when called upon, no doubt. Holland's defense is highly experienced, while Germany's defense is highly talented. Each will certainly have their work cut out for them, though. It will be a great match to watch, I tell you. Even non-football enthusiasts will love this one, purely for the entertainment value and the rivalry stipulations that go along with it. This will be a game without any creative restraint, no sitting back and waiting, as we should see both teams playing their usual brand of football. And when the final whistle blows, the team that I've got holding up the UEFA Euro Championship trophy in front of 60,000 people will be, wait for it, Germany, which would make them kings of Europe for the fourth time. And that's a wrap for my UEFA Euro 2012 predictions. Trust me, it's been an absolute blast sharing how I think UEFA Euro 2012 will play out. Just keep in mind, though, that you don't have to take my predictions to heart. Nothing is played on paper, and anything can happen. This set of predictions is just one man's opinion. This will be a wonderful tournament to watch from start to finish, as every team has a great deal of quality here, and will make an extremely competitive feast of football for the next 24 days. Stay tuned to this channel, though, as I'm sure to have some reaction videos on game days whenever possible. But for now, I'm Aleks Mickelland, and you're watching Euro 2012 Predictions on AMTV.